Alright, y'all. So, as promised, this is Jonathan's video. Kind of. We built this arbor last year for my grapevine, and I just got a new grapevine that we're going to plant right there, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to build one of these. And we were going to do it out of scrap wood. This one is scrap wood, but we just went in our shed, and all the wood we have is painted white, and Jonathan absolutely does not want a white arbor in the garden. So yeah, he said he's gonna measure, and we're gonna have to go buy some wood to build one of these. So if you're interested in learning how to build one of these, stay tuned, because Jonathan is gonna teach you. But yeah, all right, I'll be back. Okay, Jonathan's gonna explain what he's doing. He's nervy.
Yeah, I don't like on camera. But so I guess the first thing we're gonna do is I have 2x4s, and
they're 6 feet long too.
Yeah,
by the way.
Some are 8 foot. But first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them all to 2x2s essentially. So, or essentially split them in half. So I'm gonna do that with all the lumber we have, since that's how the other one was built. So that's the first step I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. I've been instructed to move the camera while we do this, so please hold. I don't even think I mentioned, but oh look, it's my finger. That's where we're putting these arbors. Over there. Right there. Yeah. And I'll have Jonathan explain the wood he bought, because I'm not good at that. So we're waiting for Jonathan to bring back his other saw, his miter saw, I think. Pretty sure that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't know much. See those muscles? I told them that you're gonna tell them the wood we got, in case anyone cares to build one of these, because you never know.
Yeah, I mean, the other one we built was not out of treated wood. It was out of like
Scrap wood.
Scrap 2x4s. We stained it, so it'll probably last for a while. This stuff is...
Come over here. I don't know if people can hear.
That's true. This stuff is...
That's good.
Treated wood, so obviously it's made for contact with the ground, so it won't rot. I mean, it will eventually rot, probably. Eventually.
Like what, 10 years or something? I think it could last a while.
It lasts a long time, and it's essentially not. It's the same thing the garden boxes are made out of.
Yeah.
So it's treated wood, so this is probably what I should have made the other one out of, but
we
just used scrap wood. This one,
which is what we were going to do for this one, but
we didn't have any more scrap wood, so.
Did you say which, like, the size?
Yeah, I said they're all 2x4s, and there were, I think, 6 6s and 4 8-foot boards, and then I cut them all in half essentially.
Yeah.
So since like
1 by
2x2s.
Yeah.
They're 2x2s essentially.
Yeah.
That way they're just a bit more blocky. They'll look a little bit better, and it mirrors what we have on the other one.
I just have to say that I look real bad right now, but like, was it last year we built it? Yeah. Last year I was like, Jonathan, build me an arbor, and he had no idea how, and I was like, just do this, and he did. So that's how this came about. What are you doing, John?
So this is one of the 8-foot sections. I was gonna do it differently. I was gonna use the 6-foot, kind of mirror the other one, but you said you want to go with...
Yeah, the 6 foot tall seemed a little bit short. Both of us are under 6 foot tall. We are short people. But it would seem a little short to just have them to be 6 feet tall. So I think we're going to do 6.5 feet tall. And we're using the 8-foot boards and cutting them down to 6.5.
Yep.
Alright, so maybe Jonathan can explain it better than me, because I'm like not handy. But like, like I said, we're building 2 of them. So we're gonna put a post there, there, and then one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, if that makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna screw, because Jonathan does lawn mow this with his lawnmower, so his deck has to fit through this. So we're gonna screw all of the ones on this side to like the sides of the beds.
Go to like the bottom of the existing box.
Yeah.
It may not be perfectly level, so the thing kind of might be tilted, but
we don't care. It's a garden.
It's fine. It's not, you know, not like it has to be perfectly level. It's just growing cucumbers.
Are there particular screws you need?
I mean, these are like deck screws essentially. I think they're like 2.5 inch deck screws, so they're gonna attach into this board. But yeah, it's just something that's, you know, ready to kind of be outside.
Okay, because you're particular about screws.
Yeah, I mean, they're just construction screws that, you know, or a deck screw would work as long as they're rated for outside.
Jonathan is the most particular.
But I'm not.
But like you are.
Yeah, but again, this board's probably like somewhat warped and everything else.
Also, it's setting on the ground, which probably isn't level.
Well, yeah, I mean, I pushed it. I put one screw in.
That seems good.
Yeah. Again, you can see how it's not lined up with the box. It's, you know, again, it's just be somewhat level.
Yeah. Seems good.
Probably like this side's like way out. Yeah, so
It looks pretty good.
pretty good. So
Yeah.
we can straighten it up too when I kind of put the cross.
Basically, you could probably tell that it's gonna go over.
Yeah. So we'll probably do the 4 of these, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna dig actually inside the box to put the other side
Inside.
in the inside. So that way it's less likely to get hit with my mower. And
Hey, Jonathan, do you want to explain? He does that all the time. Do you want to explain to everyone how you're so handy?
no, fair enough.
He will later. I'll make him.
You'll make me.
Yeah, I will make him. All right, so we're just gonna do this. I'll show them one more, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I can do this.
Yeah, but no one wants to sit here and watch someone screw in
True.
8 posts.
Yeah.
Well, people like you.
Yeah.
Maybe Steve. What's up, Steve? If you're watching.
Putting the rounded edge of the board out, so that way
Maybe I can show
it's
that.
less likely to get a splinter. You
Yeah,
could
like
obviously round both
the
sides
cut
down.
side is on the inside, and then the rounded side. So in case like we grab it from the inside, we're not gonna get splinters theoretically. Do another screw. Okay, so Jonathan already did one, but he just basically dug up the dirt. We kind of lined it up with that, and then we screwed it in. So we won't do that for the rest. The other 3, if I can count.
And again, we're just kind of eyeballing it. It's, you know, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, no. Well, you know, most people buy the cattle panel and do the whole arch that way, but nowhere around here really sold cattle panels. We would have had to drive like an hour away, and we don't own a trailer. Like, we could have borrowed one, but that seemed like a lot of work. Although I guess this is a lot of work, but also, you know, at this point I'm rambling. Are you laughing?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just decided to do it this way. Oh, I cut it off and Jonathan was talking.
Is that the only way you can get this really like all like perfectly level, which like especially since it's on a hill?
Yeah, our garden's not
You'd
flat.
have to get a transit. And if you'd have to look that up, but it's essentially a thing that sits on a tripod at a certain level, and then you can use a distance.
Okay, but how much do those cost?
Well, you just rent it.
Oh.
It's like, but that would be the only way I think you could get this level is like with, you know, an old school transit or like a laser transit or like a laser spinning.
But our garden is not level.
But yeah, it's just
like
a garden.
nothing about our garden is level. Like,
So don't
that's a
take this
hill.
as like some perfect way to build this.
Yeah, but I feel like this is how probably most people would try to build this.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a generic way. It's not
Yeah,
complicated.
It's just gonna hold up cucumbers, kind of like that's holding up grapes.
Grapes.
It's not, you know.
It's it's not.
It's not like no one's gonna be under it. It's not like sitting on a deck or something.
Yeah, it's not meant to be attached to your house and look all
just
perfect.
a garden.
Okay, I don't really remember where we left off because Jonathan was having mental breakdown over this because it's not square. Like, we didn't plan this garden for this. Those garden beds right there are not like lined up straight. So, but we're trying to like make these be straight with something that's not straight. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, yes, Jonathan was having a good time. Okay, so I was actually just editing this video and I realized we did an absolutely terrible job of explaining the measurements that we did. I was recording it and we made it like way more complicated sounding than I feel like it really is. So in order to find the how long to measure those, because we did a 3 1/4 overhang on each side.
Yes.
We just took
The total outside measurement.
So like from right here all the way over to right there.
So if you measure from this side, again it's harder being upside down, there.
Yeah, over there. And then we took that measurement and then we added 6 1/2 to that.
Yes.
And we cut these to that length and then Jonathan 45'd them. So they have a 3 1/4 inch overhang
On the top.
and an 1.5 inch overhang on the bottom. I'm like, yeah.
They're pretty close.
They're
not
as close as. So that's what we did for that. And then I think I was trying to explain, or you were trying to explain, how we made this thing like square because these boxes are not square.
Yeah.
Like
I guess the overall thing to remember, if your boxes or whatever you're doing with is sitting, like if these are the same height, it'll make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
If you want to get them, I was thinking about this, if you want to get it level, you could like put one post in at the height you want, you could put your beam on top, and then you could have someone hold this, put a level up here, and then you could adjust up or down to get it level. And then you would do, say, you could again touch another board over here to get that side. You could essentially start with one corner and then level out to each corner. That would make sure you could get it level.
Yeah,
but
because
the main thing that really made it look off is I didn't check the bottom measurement here, outside to outside. You could obviously do inside to inside, but it's harder. And then make sure that same measurement is here. So
yes,
that way,
which we were not doing.
Yeah, which we weren't doing. I was just checking level versus, so do that here, and then you can also do that here. You could obviously check your measurement at distance if you're making it perfectly square, but because of how this is connecting these boxes, that's impossible. I can't adjust these boxes. I don't want them being
because I think I made it, I'm not sure if I made it clear, but like the distance from like say right there to right there is different than the distance from over there to the other side.
So yeah,
it's not square.
On this one, it's 57. But here, it's gonna be shorter, I think. Yeah,
54.
It's 56.
Okay.
So it's an inch wider there. So it's not gonna be completely square. But the main thing.
So this is for all the people that do not have square gardens like us.
Because we never. But I wanted it in so I don't whack with the mower, and it just looks a little bit nicer, I feel, than if it was sitting out here.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want to screw into end grain. End grain on wood is not very strong, so it's better to screw into this side of it.
Yep.
That's why some of these boxes are coming apart, because I should have put posts in them versus just using end grain. But again, the major thing is making sure, again, whatever this bottom dimension is here, which is going to be fixed, is the same up here.
Yeah, which we were not doing. We were just making it level.
Yeah.
And that was.
This one, it was like squeezed in like 3
it was
inches,
just not.
And it just made, once I made it square, it's a little bit tilted based on everything else, but it still looks better.
Okay, also, we need to explain what we're doing to the sides, because it's in the other video, but I'm going to cut that out because,
Yeah.
again, we just didn't
Oh,
explain it well. So, like, the fencing part that we're putting up here, just, like, explain it real quick.
Yeah, so this is our, what we
That's
use, or at least
quote our gate.
Yeah, we
but
take them off in the winter.
because Calvin likes to run.
But essentially,
Yeah.
this will sit inside of it.
Mhm.
So then whatever vine plant you have will grow up it. Obviously, you
Yep.
don't have to have a vine plant. You could just have this if you wanted it.
Yeah, you could
But
do anything.
we'll have hooks that hold on here, and then some hooks that hold on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And it'll go all the way down, I
Yeah,
think.
we'll have 2 sections of it.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do for that. These things, we just made these hip height. Again,
Yeah.
you can make them whatever you
Yeah,
want.
that one's a bit lower, but yeah.
That one over
consistent.
there is lower. But
They're not probably perfectly all the same height because, again, you would need some reference points, which we don't have at transit.
Mhm.
You need something like a transit or like a laser to know exactly. So
And-
we just eyed it.
Also, I know that this video is probably super long, but I don't really care. Some people might be invested. I don't know. So these are obviously 2 separate arbors. They're different a little bit, again, because the measurement between all of this is different. Instead of making these boards like an equal distance apart, we decided to make them even with the front ones, so like it looks aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And they're not like all crooked from each other. So that was a choice that we made just for looks. But yeah, I would definitely say like the distance between this one and this one is way bigger than the distance between this one and this one. But again, we made it just so
Yeah, we tried
everything
it
would
out.
line up.
We laid them up there and set them equal distance, and then looked at them, and it looked worse than having them lined up.
Yeah.
So we just kind of,
And like if you go up on the deck and you look down at it, it looks a lot better than
Yep.
having them like.
because these were going one direction, and then these were tilted. Because again, this whole box is tilted just based on how this is lined up with that.
Yeah.
How this,
So
'cause we never, again, we just laid these out and we just put them down. We never thought of building this.
and maybe like a smarter way to do it would be to like actually write it all down before you start building, but that's not the style of building
Yeah.
that we do. And maybe, oh yeah, last thing that I think we included in the video that I'm cutting out, which you get to repeat again, is how you're so handy and how you know how to fix basically all the things.
I know how to fix things. Sometimes I don't know. I feel like
Jonathan is very handy, but I will say he is actually like diagnosed dyslexic. So
sometimes I read stuff backwards.
he does read stuff backwards, and measurements don't always come out correctly, like legitimately because of his dyslexia. So, but he is very handy and he can build things.
Yeah, but it helps to have someone like look at it or help me with
Yeah.
sometimes.
So explain real fast why you basically know how to fix things.
My parents owned a resort, and that's why it was like
they owned a lake resort.
yeah, for like 18 years. And I
Yeah.
was there pretty much my whole life.
So basically Jonathan grew up learning to fix things, and as he got older and like in high school, he essentially became like their little maintenance guy, because that was
I
just
did a lot of it. I mean, I did it with my parents and our business partner.
Yep.
But they did, we did pretty much everything because it was just, that's what we had to
Well,
do.
it was
We couldn't-
obviously cheaper to
Yeah.
do it yourself than
Yeah.
hire it out.
Yeah, obviously some bigger things, but yeah, we'd pretty much done everything. We built buildings, redone stuff, took care of
things.
pools, landscaping, stuff like that. So pretty
Yeah.
much handled all of it. So I don't know, it gave me
It's
at
very
least the base of it. Yeah.
It's very beneficial because that's how Jonathan was able to like redo our kitchen. And Calvin's barking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if
At
you
least
guys
gave me
hear
the
it.
basic skill that I could look it up and be interested in it. And
Jonathan is an expert toilet installer and an expert fan installer.
Yeah.
And he's also really good at drywall, I think.
no, I mean, I'm not like an expert. I
I
can
would
do
say you're
drywall.
pretty good
I mean,
at
if
it.
you're
though.
watching people on YouTube, they just like cut off a sheet, put it up. I mean, yeah, those people are kind of amazing, but also
Yeah,
people are
but
doing it
like
all
he's
the
pretty
time.
good at making things
Yeah, I can repair drywall.
Mhm. And it looks good. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like crap.
Yeah, and not leave a whole bunch of sand up.
I will say, before we go, it is very nice having someone who knows how to actually fix most things, because you live here, so you take better care of it than like if you were to hire someone.
Yeah.
They usually just do like an okay job, Calvin is really going ham back there.
Mm-hmm.
He was like prancing like a deer. There was another dog that... Oh no, I think he's gonna do the thing.
Gonna do circles?
Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so it's definitely better having Jonathan be able to fix things, because he definitely takes better care of what he's doing.
Or at least if I do hire something out, I know what they're doing or asking for. So.
Yeah.
Versus just being completely, having no idea. So.
Yeah, so, since our neighbor is making a lot of noises, and Calvin, I think, definitely needs a bath now because it rained and he's muddy, we're going to leave this video here. I'm very sorry if it was long, but maybe someone made it through. Oh, Calvin's going to the bathroom. We gotta not get that in there. Anyway, the next video will definitely be cooking. I don't think we'll be building anything. Maybe eventually when you redo our kitchen thing.
Yeah,
we can probably show that for funsies. But, so, stay tuned for cooking in the next video. And Calvin doing the sprinting. So, anyway, he's done. He wants to go in. He's hot. So, we'll see you guys in our next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!